Team of the Year voting has officially gone live, and that means it's Team of the Year time. We're going to talk about some preparation for that today, what we can expect. We've got hundreds of new players added into the game today. I think it's like 100-ish new players. A ton of cards with flashback potential, with promo card potential too. So we'll talk about that and evolutions. You know, we talked about that a lot yesterday. The max 85 stuff. There's another leak today, and you'll never guess what the evolution is going to look like. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And then we got this one today, and it was the exact same once again. So I don't know, man. I think at this point we know something is either wrong with them or EA's plan is nowhere near what we thought it was going to be. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these. The Octopus 2, again, we got this a month ago. Like, I don't know what is going on here. And also what I realized I can do, by the way, for our pack opening is I can just not claim these picks. So we're going to have all the way from level 18 on in terms of player picks to open for the pack opening as well. I have to open them first, obviously, when it comes to Team of the Year, but I realize I just don't have to claim them. And the packs, obviously, we're going to save anyway. But these picks here, these like 10 picks, I don't have to claim them. I just realized. So yeah, we're just not going to. And we'll open those for Team of the Year pack opening also. And also, I uploaded on my second channel, by the way, a little discussion about Team of the Year this year. So if you're interested in that, then you can watch that. And on to the title of the video now, and that is we are seeing a bunch of new players added into Ultimate Team. This picture isn't even all of them, but you can see we've got Ochoa, Rui Patricio is in there, Alexis Sanchez is back, of course, Marco Royce, Hermoso, Pickett, the one-armed Pickett is back, Rabiot, Szczesny, Hummels, etc. Obviously, the gold cards don't really matter very much, but the promo card potential is always fun. Balotelli is back, right? Andre Gomes, I was seeing Ante Rebic. Yep, there's Rebic there. And on Futbin, I think has the most. I don't even think Futbin has them all yet. Victor Moses is back. His picture isn't even there yet, but Victor Moses is back. Anthony Martial is back as well. Finesse shot, technical there for him. You know, just some fun cards to look at because you know we're going to see some promo cards of these guys later. And you can get a bit of a preview of what they might look like. Willian is back. If you go to trending players on FUTGG, you might see some. I saw this, where was she? Right here. Cascarino. Remember this card from last year? She's back. 93 base pace, 88 dribbling. Got a couple of promo cards last year, I think. Technical there. You might see a promo card for her, right? Just some fun stuff to look at considering you might see a promo card for her sometime. But remember the days when like winter transfers came out and you just loved looking at those gold cards, man? Those were the days. Now you see cards like this and you're like, well, I suppose they'll be good if they get a promo card, which Rabiot will be. Like, this Rabiot card's very, very good. For like a day one card, knowing a promo card will be very good as well is kind of a cool thought, but that's all that it is now. It's just a thought in your head, not like, oh my god, new cards, let's use them. Nah, not anymore. And the big question that replies was, is Paul Pogba in there? He was not in there, unfortunately. I don't think he's going to come in the game until, I believe it's March when he can train. I think that's when he's going to come into the game. And by that point, will they add him? It's tough to say, but I would assume they probably would. Someone said, where is Promes? I'm pretty sure Promes is in prison. I don't think he's coming to the game anytime soon. Anyway, we keep moving on. There was some drama going around once we saw this leak before the 6 p.m. content time today where we saw Team of the Year voting. There was this leak that's Messi and CR7 nominated for Team of the Year once again, which everybody was like, what? Like, I'm not sure either of them deserve to be nominated, but the reason that they are is just because the 12th man will probably be one of these two, and EA need them in there as pack sellers because we vote on the 12th man. I mean, we vote, quote unquote, on the 12th man. EA probably just picks it, but we, quote unquote, vote on it. And Messi, Ronaldo, one of the two probably ends up winning it, and then the other one will end up in the Team of the Year nominees. So that's why they're in here. And there were some nominees that people just weren't happy that were in, and some that were not happy that were out. Like Kevin De Bruyne, people were not happy about De Bruyne not being in it. So his streak of Team of the Years ends, I believe, at like 7 in a row. I think KDB's Team of the Year streak is now over. And everybody was saying, oh my god, perfect flashback potential. I'd probably bet a good amount of money that we see some sort of KDB SBC as a flashback during Team of the Year, because we always see a Team of the Year flashback SBC or two to a previous Team of the Year card. I would expect KDB to be one of those cards, to be honest with you. And Thibaut Courtois was also not a nominee. There were people that were not happy about that one either. And quickly, if you want to see the full Team of the Year nominee list, you can look at it here. We won't spend any time on it, but if you want to pause the video and look through here, you can. And yeah, here's actually a good graphic of it. 7 straight Team of the Years, which is pretty crazy. I actually packed KDB, I think 3 times I packed KDB Team of the Year. Last year, actually, I packed KDB as my best Team of the Year pull by far, and he was very, very good. So this year, unfortunately, will not be the case. Next up here, who else? It's FUT Agent, right? He tweets out saying, FUT Agent is telling you that Clément Longley can be used in one of the next evolutions. And he always tweets out one of the top-rated players that can fit in one of the next Evos. So it looks like my guess would be here. Another 85 rated evolution is probably coming out again. I don't know what's coming out today or what, but seeing as the first preview card here was 85 long lay, probably tells us that. And I don't know, guys. I don't know how much more of this we can take until we get some communication about something. Is something broken, or are we just expecting too much? Like, is that really the case here? I don't know. We have no way of knowing until we hear a peep from Electronic Arts, which obviously we've not heard anything since the Holland incident. And yeah, I thought we'd see a statement today, honestly, because they went back to work today. I was mistaken. I don't know what they were doing today, but they weren't doing this. Nextly, there's a good Next, there's a good Reddit post here from somebody that said Team of the Year is not meant for the casual player if you're a new player to the series, guys. And if you've been around here for a while, to remind you guys, Team of the Year is not a normal promo. It's hyped up. You can get good things from it in terms of SBCs, but there is no guarantee. You could save up 2,000 packs and pack not a singular Team of the Year card. That is a non-zero chance. In fact, that's probably more likely than you packing one, excluding maybe the Women's Keeper. Apart from that, like, it's insane how badly the pack weight actually is in terms of getting good players here. So just want to remind you guys of that once again. Please don't spend your money during Team of the Year time, no matter how tempting it is. Also, I'm sure most of you have seen this by now, but the mystery nation for this objective for FC Pro was Japan. So that's a little tidbit for you guys there. And also for the FC Pro Open, we did get some upgrades today and some big ones as well. Bino Gittins going from 87 to an 89. Carvalho also 87 to 89. And Redondo 86 to 87. And unfortunately, Amrabat, Oxlade Chamberlain, and Morsi can all not be upgraded any longer. There's also this FUTWiz page, by the way, FC Pro Live tracker here that you can look at all the stuff with. And also they have everyone's tactics and settings here. I know Stingray's been one of the best players so far, I think, this year. You can just click this and see his tactics and settings. I have a cool little tool you can click on there. Okay, hey, Team of the Year Market Watch. You know, what happens? It's actually quite easy a lot of the time with Team of the Year. We'll actually go look at FUTBin right now because we can easily look at generations here. If we look at Graham Hansen, just say her. The generations, let's go to last year's Trailblazers card. This is a great gauge for cards that are expensive and out of packs, which most people will probably be interested in buying around this Team of the Year time right now. Here's an example of Hansen. What's today, January 6th or 7th? You're looking at 957, right? Something like that. And obviously, as Team of the Year grows closer and closer, she starts dropping a bit down to 850, down to at their lowest point, 836 right there on the 17th, 2 days before Team of the Year actually comes out, right? So she's sitting at 836 on Wednesday. And guess what happens? Team of the Year comes out. It takes a little while, but she's up to 960 on February 1st. So 130k higher for a card that's out of packs, one playstyle plus 980 actually, as we get later into February. So this is the trend right here you can expect to see on all cards that are not in packs. It slowly drops until we get to right before Team of the Year. Then it's a good buy time. It ended up actually being, where was it? It ended up being that Wednesday. That Wednesday was actually the great buy time for a lot of cards that day before Team of the Year. Team of the Year comes out. Yeah, it's not rising a ton yet, but just give it time. It does end up rising. Ton of coin injection, opening save packs everywhere, up to 980 on February 4th. That's what you can expect here with out of packs cards that are very meta. Gold cards, you already kind of know what to expect. I mean, there's only really one gold card you can even look at for this, and that's Mbappe, right? But at Generations, go to Gold Mbappe here, and you can check out his price and take a look at just how much Gold Mbappe rose, right? You're looking at that 17th of January day, 1.43. He ends up at 1.76 on February 16th. That is crazy. I don't expect that to happen, but I mean, this is the kind of thing you can expect, but just the crazy meta cards. There's so much coin injection during this time that you end up with cards actually just going up in price. The point is, if your card stays in the power curve, whether they're in packs or not, post Team of the Year, those couple weeks after, it's going to go up a lot. The whole strategy here is just basically, when's the best buy time? My guess would be that Wednesday, right? I think when exchanges come out, you can expect the market to kind of crash a little bit, but I do think it's going to just rebound once again, and the best buy time will probably be a day before Team of the Year, would be my guess. You got Rivals Rewards, so what I would expect to see is right before Rivals Rewards on Wednesday, coming up in this next Wednesday, about 8 days from now, right? That's probably the buy time. That's what I would expect. So now, fodder obviously is a thing that everyone wants to talk about right now. Let's go to Generations on a card that's just strictly fodder. No way around it. Just an 89 Hezerberg, right? What did she look like last year? Well, let's take a look. Right now, she would be right around low 30s, which is crazy considering the price they are now, right? Exchanges come out, she jumps up to 40,000 coins during Team of the Year time. So ignore the prices itself, but you're looking at a 10,000 coin increase on average. And fodder prices on graphs like these are hard to really take a good judgment at because they rise and fall like daily. So it's hard to really get a good grasp on this kind of stuff on a FUTBIN graph like this. But even this, you can still tell the rises that they had. So fodder actually is going up a bit right now. 89's up to 14,000. I expect us to see exchanges. I expect 89's to go to 20K. I do expect that. If 89's aren't 20K when they drop exchanges and they're the exact same, it'll be an insanely good deal probably. So I would doubt that that's going to be the case. I think that they're going to be good buys still. If you bought at the lowest point, 11.5, you're already looking good. I bought some myself and I also bought some at crazy expensive prices, but 89 is the ones I'm mainly looking at here because they're the best exchanges. And during Team of the Year, people are going to be pack addicts and want to buy exchanges. So that's kind of the whole thing. You're going to see pretty much all ratings rise. The biggest ratings rise to me will be 89s because of the exchanges, but you'll see all ratings rise. 84s when they were sitting at 1.2, which they were earlier, by the way, or 1.3 they were at, already back up again. If these happen to drop before Team of the Year comes out, back down to 1.3, 1.2, gotta buy them. Just gotta buy a bunch of them. But yeah, Team of the Year is a much easier time in the market than people think. I feel like you see that initial crash, but then you really don't see anything besides rises for a couple of weeks. And the hardest thing is just knowing exactly when to buy. That can be hard, but it should be, my guess is about a week from now. But okay, hey, let's read your comments now, and I'm going to read comments from my second channel video. But there was this first comment that I wanted to talk about because I do think it's important to talk about, and Mandalay X has just unsubscribed. Not a fan of talking about other content creators. I'm just here to learn about the game and content releases. All the best with your pursuits and hope it finds the right audience. And what he's referring to here is what I said yesterday about content creators kind of making it a game almost at times when big mistakes like this happen because it's just content to some of them. It's kind of all that matters at the end of the day, right? And I think sometimes people should be more of a voice for the people where they can be, right? It's kind of like my whole critique with all of that. What I said yesterday may have come across like I'm slating them. I'm saying like, fuck those guys, yada, yada, yada. What I'm actually trying to do when I talk about them or other creators is basically try and get us all on the same page. I'm trying to have us actually more unified by criticizing some of them, if that makes sense. Because I think we all could be on the same page more often and become a stronger community just in general, which then makes it harder for EA to take advantage of all of us. I think when we're all divided like this, when communities are divided, when, like I said yesterday, you have the EA people, the non-EA people, which is a very, non-nuanced way to do it, but you know what I mean. The conspiracy people, the non-conspiracy people, the coin people, the non-coin people, all these different groups of people, we should be more unified actually together. My criticism of those creators is not that they're stupid or that like, yeah, you're a bad person. I'm actually trying to get us on the same page and have us more unified, which is what I think we should be. I see communities out there like the COD community is so much more unified than we are, and that disappoints me. So long story short, I want to talk to them about what I don't like so that we can get on the same page, if that makes sense, right? I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you're a fucking dumbass or you're an idiot, you're whatever name you want to drop, right? That's not what I'm trying to do with that when I'm talking about other people. And I think most people out there understand that, but I want to clarify that as always because I feel like I should. Okay, on to the second channel comments. Enzo says, best way to beat the auto press, my boy. Turn the console off. No, honestly, the best way to do it, I'm going to make a video very shortly on the main channel talking about how to beat the auto press. And the best way to do it and why I say it's not as bad this year, because you actually can beat it. It's half wingers. Half wingers are so good to beat the auto press this year. Put a half winger in your team. The CPU like just struggles to mark them for some reason, and it helps you a ton. Facu Torres says, would anyone else like it if there was a cosmetic to make someone a team of the year from a previous year, like a FIFA 19 team of the year cosmetic? I think it would be peak. It would be peak. And I've said this before, I love cosmetics actually. If you make good cosmetics and you're a free-to-play game, not a game like this, free-to-play I'm talking, I will buy that shit. I think I love cosmetics, honestly. But something unique like that, throwbacks to old games, I would love to see that. And I don't think we're going to because that just would, it'd probably take too much effort, honestly, to do that. Maybe I could be wrong about that because we have seen other cosmetic evos, but I don't know. I'm just hoping for like a really fun team of the year. I know pack weight's probably gonna suck, but things that we can at least make fun out of it, that's what I would love to see. Like, I worry that it's going to be the exact same as last year. Like, last year we had women for the first time, which helped, but I worry it's not going to be that much different than last year. I'm hoping evos are better. I have high hopes. I hope they get fulfilled. And I want to know how many of you have been playing FIFA for a long, long time and have never packed a team of the year. Are you out there? Has anybody been playing for like 3, 4, 5, 6 years and never packed a team of the year? Because that's pretty crazy to me, honestly. I probably packed like 25 would be my guess. Like 0 is pretty insane. Now I save packs every year. I used to all the way up from like FIFA 18, so I've had much more of a chance to get one, but even 0 is still pretty crazy to me. If you haven't packed one, Godspeed to you. Hopefully this is your year, and I think that's all for me, folks. Thank you all for listening and being here. I love you all. So peace.